I am 94 years old, and my time is running out. Before I go, I am going to expose the most dangerous lie you have ever been told. It is a lie your parents taught you. It is a lie your friends repeat. And it is the exact reason why your chest feels so tight with anxiety every single day. Last night, my 25-year-old grandson sat by my bed. He was crying. He told me he was exhausted. He told me he was sacrificing his dreams, his peace, and his entire youth, just to make our family proud. I looked into his tired eyes, and I told him the one thing that completely broke his heart. I told him, "Stop. We are destroying you. Look at me. I have outlived my enemies. I have outlived my friends. And sitting alone with decades of memories, I can tell you one terrifying truth. The deepest scars of my life, the regrets that actually keep an old man awake at 3 a.m., did not come from my enemies. They came from the people who loved me the most. If you are watching this, you are exactly like my grandson. You think that by trusting your family, listening to your parents, and following your friends, you are doing the right thing. You think it makes you a good person. It doesn't. It makes you a prisoner. There is a silent trap in your life right now. They are pulling you into a grave of regrets, and you are smiling while they do it. I am going to tell you exactly how this trap works. And more importantly, I am going to reveal the one brutal decision you must make tonight to escape it. You can click away right now and go back to sleep. But if you do, I promise you, you will wake up in 60 years, in a bed just like mine, realizing you wasted your only life living someone else's script. Sit down, be quiet, listen to an old man's biggest regret. When we are young, we are desperate for a map. The world is chaotic. The responsibilities are heavy. So we look to the people closest to us. We look to our parents, our siblings, our closest friends. We believe that because they love us, they know what is best for us. This is the great trap. This is the great illusion of your 20s. You equate love with wisdom. You equate shared blood with a shared destiny. I remember when I was 26, I had a fire in my belly. I wanted to travel. I wanted to write. I wanted to understand the world in a way that didn't involve a suit, a tie, and a 30-year mortgage. But my father, a good, hard-working man who loved me deeply, sat me down. He looked at me with genuine fear in his eyes. He told me to take the safe job at the bank. He told me that dreams were for fools and that security was the only thing that mattered. I trusted him. He was my father. Why would he lead me astray? So I took the job. I put on the suit. I buried the fire. It took me 30 years to realize a devastating truth. My father wasn't giving me advice based on my potential. He was giving me advice based on his fears. He had grown up in poverty. He was terrified of the cold. He was terrified of hunger. He looked at me and didn't see my dreams. He saw his own nightmares. When I say trust no one, not even your family, this is what I mean. You cannot trust your family to write your destiny. They are looking at you through the distorted glass of their own regrets, their own failures, and their own unhealed traumas. When your mother tells you to marry a certain type of person, she is speaking from her own heartbreak. When your brother mocks your new business idea, he is speaking from his own cowardice. They will clip your wings and call it keeping you safe. You trust them because it feels comfortable. It is so much easier to let someone else make the hard choices. It is easier to fail doing what your parents told you to do than to fail doing what your soul demanded you to do. Because if you follow their path and fail, you can blame them. But regret is a solitary emotion. When you are lying in bed at 85, staring at the ceiling, your parents will be gone. Your friends will be busy. You will be alone with the ghost of the person you could have become. You are trusting flawed, frightened mortals to pilot the ship of your life. It is madness. There is a moment in every person's life where the mirror shatters. For me, it happened in my late 40s. It was a cold November afternoon. I was standing at a hospital window. My closest friend, a man I had known since childhood, had just betrayed me in a profound way. Not for money, but for pride. He had spoken ill of me to save his own reputation. I was devastated. I thought I knew him. I had trusted him with my darkest secrets. As I stood looking out at the gray sky, a heavy, quiet realization settled over my shoulders. People are just people. We walk around expecting our friends to be saints. We expect our spouses to be mind readers. We expect our family to be an unshakable foundation. But they are just people. They are fragile. They are selfish. They are tired. They are fighting invisible wars in their own minds that you know absolutely nothing about. Why was I angry at my friend? Because he acted like a frightened, flawed human being? Or because I had placed an impossible burden on him? I had demanded that he be perfect so that I could feel secure. This is the shift you must make if you want to survive the next 60 years of your life. You must adopt the mindset of the ancient Stoics. They understood something beautiful and tragic. The only thing you truly own in this universe is your own mind. Everything else is on loan. Your friends, your family, your reputation, your possessions. They can be taken away by disease, by betrayal, by a change of heart, or by the simple passage of time. If your happiness depends on your family understanding you, you will be miserable. If your peace depends on your friends never letting you down, you will be anxious forever. I stopped trusting others to be my saviors. I stopped trusting them to be my moral compass. I realized that my inner peace had to be a fortress that no one else had the keys to. When you stop trusting people to be perfect, you actually give them a great gift. You give them permission to be human. And ironically, that is when you can truly begin to love them. If you want to navigate this life without suffocating under the weight of regret, there are a few brutal truths you must carve into your heart. Do not just listen to these words. Let them bleed into your bones. Perhaps the hardest lesson to learn is that love does not equal competence. Someone can love you with all their heart and still give you advice that will completely destroy your life. Love is an emotion. It is not a skill. It is not wisdom. Your family loves you, But do they understand the modern world? Do they understand your unique mind? Do they understand the specific pain you carry? No. Do not trust the advice of someone who has not walked the path you wish to walk, no matter how much they love you. Love is beautiful for comfort, but it is a terrible compass for direction. Trust your own intuition. It is a quiet voice, often drowned out by the screaming of your anxious relatives. Learn to listen to the silence. And as you walk this path, you must also understand that people change faster than the seasons. The man you marry at 25 is not the man you will be sitting across from at 50. The best friend you have today will be a completely different biological and psychological entity in 10 years. We trust people assuming they are static. They are not. They are rivers. You cannot step in the same river twice. Life will batter your loved ones. Tragedies will harden them. Success might make them arrogant. Sickness might make them bitter. If you trust that a person will always be exactly who they are today, you are setting yourself up for a devastating heartbreak. Trust in their capacity to change, and more importantly, trust in your own ability to adapt when they do. Do not anchor your ship to a passing cloud. This reliance on others leads to the great danger of outsourced happiness. You are anxious right now because you have placed your joy in the hands of others. You think, if my parents are proud of me, I will be happy. You think, if I find the right partner, I will feel whole. This is an abdication of your responsibility. You are handing the keys to your emotional kingdom to flawed, distracted people. Never trust another human being to make you happy. It is not their job. It is too heavy a burden for them to carry. When you demand that someone else complete you, you turn a relationship into a hostage situation. True Stoic wisdom is realizing that joy is an inside job. It is built in the quiet moments when you are alone, reading, thinking, walking in nature. When you trust yourself to generate your own peace, you become untouchable. So what is the solution? You must build your inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who carried the weight of the known world on his shoulders, wrote about this. It is a fortress inside your mind, a place of total calm, total logic, and total self-reliance. You must build this citadel. Every time you face a hardship and you solve it yourself, you add a brick. Every time you sit with your anxiety instead of calling a friend to distract you, you add a brick. Every time you make a decision that angers your family but honors your soul, you fortify the walls. When the storms of life come, and my boy, they will come with a fury you cannot currently comprehend, your friends will scatter. Your family will have their own homes to board up. You must have a citadel to retreat to. You must trust your own character above all else. Look at me. Look at these deep lines on my face. Look at these hands that tremble when I hold my tea. I am at the end of the road. I have seen the curtain fall on the greatest plays. I have stood at the graves of men who thought they ruled the world. And I tell you this not to make you fearful, but to make you brave. When I say trust no one, not even your family, I am not telling you to become cold. I am not telling you to stop loving them. In fact, it is the exact opposite. When you stop trusting people to be your saviors, your guides, and your infallible anchors, you can finally love them for what they actually are. Beautiful, broken, struggling human beings trying to make it through the dark just like you. I love my parents. I forgave my father decades ago for pushing me away from my dreams. I realize now he was just a scared man trying to protect his son. But I regret trusting his fear over my own courage. I love the friend who betrayed me. I forgave him too. He was just a weak man fighting for his own survival. But I never let him steer my ship again. You have one life, one brief, terrifying, glorious flash of light between two eternal darknesses. Do not spend it living someone else's script. Do not spend it trying to please ghosts. Trust your own mind. Cultivate your own wisdom. Build your own citadel. Love your family fiercely. Hug them. Share meals with them. Cry with them. But when it is time to make the choices that define your soul, walk into the quiet room of your own mind, lock the door, and trust absolutely no one but yourself. If these words resonated with the quiet part of your soul, the part that knows I am telling you the truth, do not just walk away. Join this circle. Subscribe to this channel. Not because I care about numbers. I am 94. Numbers mean nothing to ghosts. But because in this noisy world, you need a quiet place to be reminded of what is real. We will walk this road together. But remember, the steps are yours to take. Take care of your mind, young one. Time is shorter than you think.